I'm Brockett Horne, an educator based in Boston and Baltimore. This presentation is a sketch of an idea, and I'm grateful to Design Incubation for making space for it. Graphic designers have urgently taken up the project of history telling. Designers are committed to transforming the limited, exclusive narratives we've inherited. They're inspiring projects here at Design Incubation that broaden what's described and who can participate. Yet graphic design history researchers rarely articulate their methodologies. We often talk about what's missing from history, but not the methodologies we use. In the social sciences, reflecting on methodology is common. Books like Anne DeLeva's Methods and Theories of Art History or Siri McDougall's Research Methods in Africana Studies are standard coursework. In studio-based graphic design courses, methodologies like design thinking and user-centered research are codified with substantial literature. However, research intentions on how we approach design history are missing. This presentation outlines only a few graphic design history methodologies. These methods wouldn't be isolated in any research project, but I'll separate them here to examine and characterize. I'm particularly speaking to design practitioners without formal training in history. How does our expertise in practicing design set us up for researching history? Formal analysis is our power move. With design training, we have superior skills in assessing the aesthetic attributes of any designed object. No one understands the principles of design better than a designer. Formal analysis compares visual attributes to discern connections or relationships. We could use this superpower to analyze the modernist data visualizations of W.E.B. Du Bois, which predate the Bauhaus by 3 decades, showcasing his innovation. Silas Munro demonstrates this beautifully in his scholarship. We could compare the works of Belgian designer Henry van de Velde to photographs of elephant skulls or body adornment from the Congo in the 1890s. Deborah Silverman draws this brilliant comparison in her series of essays about Art Nouveau and colonialism. Formal analysis is a powerful tool, especially for practitioners who understand the stakes because they can relate. We are experts in form. In some fields, especially decorative arts, connoisseurship is paramount. A connoisseur is an expert who can assess the texture of letterpress versus lithography, hear how audio was recorded, or sense visual references. Connoisseurship assesses the vibes at play. We often use connoisseurship in typography to understand how text bodies have been historically controlled. It's about citations, evaluation, and attribution, connecting visual forms with precedents and commenting upon them. Dr. Cheryl Miller, author of the forthcoming book, Here, Where the Black Designers Are, comments on typographer Trey Seal's work as challenging the white default while also offering tools to generate new design discourse. These ideas are revealed in the very construction of letter forms in his typeface designs. The emphasis on biography is essential because we need case studies of designers from the margins who found their way to the center and challenge its very existence. The biographical method examines the life of the designer, considering personal experiences, relationships, and historical circumstances. Autoethnography asserts the designer's persona, sometimes above that of the user. Biographical methods often result in monographs or books focused on one person's career. This is paradoxical, as monographs contribute to canon formation. Many books on Paul Rand, Jan Tschichold, and Herbert Bayer are familiar to you. However, we're now seeing biographical methods in short-form scholarship, like articles or social media accounts celebrating unique individuals. Biographical research methods can be exclusive, requiring interviews, access to well-preserved archives, or other resources available only to those already at the table or who find their way in. Breyer-Levitt's baseline shift, Untold Stories of Women in Graphic Design, demonstrates effective biographical research. It highlights designers like Angel Decora, Louise Jefferson, and Sora Poppets, and many others who shouldn't be invisible. Those using data visualization as a research tool compare quantitative information about designed objects. This kind of research creates continuity, establishing similarities and differences in design over time. Christina Kyer examines the Soviet marketplace to understand constructivist design in the 1920s. She researched the fees charged by Mayakovsky and Rodchenko, who earned 150 rubles to design large posters. By comparison, the typical salary of a factory worker in Moscow was 20 rubles per month. Digital humanities projects like Data by Design, a project from the Emory Digital Humanities Lab led by Lauren Klein, Tanvi Sharma, and others, explore design narratives. In one section of this significant website, data about enslavement is rigorously researched and sensitively presented. In his new book, Tony Fry describes design fiction as still underdeveloped as a research method. I see it alongside other speculative methods that use future casting to explore risks for designed objects yet to be made. Design fiction can question dominant histories by presenting alternatives. It can shed light on the biases and power structures that shaped the documented history of design. Maybe Tamara Shopson's Laser Writer 2, a novel about a printer repair technician in 1980s New York, becomes a fictional history about Apple. Printer parts have speaking roles in the book, and Shopson's bitmap-style illustrations add to the imaginative story. With more time, we could consider more methods, but I hope the few I shared here give you some ideas. Let me know what you think, and thanks again for being here.